Dietitian Jill. Welcome to the Good Gut Show today. And today I'd like to talk more about making new beliefs about health, because this is really becomes a journey. And usually with people that I know, and even my own personal journey, it started with not being able to heal. I mean, when I was 27, I had this massive infection, and my doctor wanted me to have a hysterectomy. And I said no. I think that was a turning point for me, because I started to seek out alternative ways to do this. And obviously, 50 years later, I'm still doing it, or almost 50. Oh God, it's almost 50 years. Because I finally just said, wait a minute, there's got to be something better than taking something out. Has to be. Yes. And it turned out that there was. So I think the first thing you really want to think about is being curious about other ways to heal. So number one, being curious about other ways to heal. And number two, exploring different avenues of healing. My favorite consulting job was with an integrated cancer center, because there were doctors and there were alternative people, and we all worked together. And to me, that's the best of all positive worlds, because we not only worked together, we respected each other, and we respected each other's expertise. There was no pecking order there, the doctors being the overall best way to do stuff. No, doctors would turn to us and say, what do you think? And I love it. My favorite story about that place is that a gal that I knew from another group also happened to be in this group. And she asked a ton of questions about supplements. And basically the doctor said, I don't know anything about supplements. That's why we hired Jill. Go see Jill. And she did, it was great to reconnect with her, but it was also great that he said that. I have never forgotten him for this day for saying that, because that was a true honoring. So you're looking about being curious about different ways. And then really what you want to do is you want to integrate your healthcare. No, but there are very few places I know that do what we did. We had the best of all possible worlds, but you want to look at, okay, what can the doctor bring to me here at number one? And number two, what can I learn through working with alternative practitioners, or finding out myself and then taking it to an alternative practitioner, because it's very, very, very complicated usually. And it does take someone who knows how to do this. So yes, being curious, integrating your healthcare, opening up your eyes, and allowing new ways in. And the reason why it's so crucial today is because we have a totally different medical climate than we had even 10 years ago. Immune systems are pretty much shot. Leaky gut is 80% of the population has leaky gut, which means that immune systems are shot, to varying degrees. And you just can't take a pill to heal this. It has to be a totally integrated approach. So those are the things that you want to think about when making shifts to a different belief about health. And taking responsibility is a big deal. You can't leave it in the hands of doctors. And you even can't leave it in the hands of alternative practitioners, because you have to make a choice. So I always recommend to people in the beginning, they do a health self-experiment. And on my website, www.healyourhealthnow.com, there is a whole series of articles on health self-experiments. So if you go to finishing your health self-experiment, all of those are there, and you can start by clicking on and reading the first one, which is called Magic Pill Mindset Be Gone. Sorry about that. I wish it were that easy. Take a magic pill and you instantly heal. It doesn't work that way. And you just want to try it on. Try it on. Don't make a huge shift unless you know you can. And really, most people can't make huge shifts right away. Usually that's relegated to the people who get really sick and go, okay, I need to do something now because this isn't working for me. So that's really what you want to do. And when you start doing it, you really want to organize your environment to support that, even if it's only for a couple of weeks, that you're setting up a health self-experiment, maybe to do, I know I set up one for intermittent fasting and found that it was beneficial. That's one. The other is, obviously gluten-free diet, or maybe just putting more fermented foods in your life, or maybe trying gluten-free or whatever. So really set up an experiment for a certain number of days. It could be 2 weeks, it could be a month, and make that change and see if you feel better. Because I think the bottom line is you see if you feel better. Because if you're not feeling well, it's time to really seek out a way to do this so that you can heal. And a lot of times today, I get a lot of people calling me up and going, I've got this, or I've got that, or I've got Hashimoto's, or I have mast cell disease, or I have salicylate sensitivity, or I have, irritable bowel. What do I do? Well, doctors can't deal with that. So you'd have to really look at it in a positive way. How can I heal? And then try something. And if it works for you, keep doing it, right? And I would suggest, since this is all so complicated, I received a letter today or the other day from somebody. I received a comment in one of my on one of my salicylate sensitivity articles, saying she disagrees, that yes, she's allergic to, doctor diagnosed her as being allergic to aspirin and salicylates, and that's rare. That's rare, which I said to her when I commented on her comment. It's rare that that first crack out of the box. Most of the time, if you have salicylate sensitivity, it's usually a symptom of a deeper problem. So that's what be curious, right? Accept putting alternative care into your life. Do some health self-experiments about where you want to go, and some research. Seek out a practitioner that you trust and go for it. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to get started that way with leaky gut, all right, or getting a good gut, because that's really what we're all about in this group. All right.